So I was really pumped when Sasha, your character, was going to sleep, and then Steve, you started up sort of this one line of a story back and forth, right? I was so into that. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I thought maybe we could just start this interview off by doing that exact thing. Is that something y'all are interested in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so I'll start it off, and then how about we go to Sasha next, and then we'll go to Steve. Okay, so I was standing in the middle of the dark alley when all of a sudden I heard a scream.
And then a person ran out and yelled, Bob.
And then Bob's brother, came out and said, Bob is nowhere to be found. In fact, I think he may have been
disappeared by an evil wizard that he talked bad about on the internet.
There you go. That's a great story.
You guys, I kind of feel like we nailed it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that.
I would really like to know what the hell happened to Bob, you guys. Oh, I can't. Let's stay tuned because we'll finish it up on my YouTube channel, maybe.
When people don't know, they're going, what are they doing?
Welcome to most of my interviews. It's a gift. So the other thing that really left there are a lot of things that left an impression on me, but the one I wanted to ask you both about at the same time was filming a very intense river scene in this film. When I was sitting in my living room, like wrapped in a blankie and my jammies, it felt like the most terrifying thing that I've ever seen. And I can't imagine how you two put it together. Sasha, can you describe a little bit like what was real and what was kind of movie magic?
Most of it was movie magic because we didn't actually go in the, like we went in the glacier water. Like we had I had 2 wetsuits on, and how many did you have on, Steve?
None. No, I had like 8.
No, we had wetsuits on, and we went in the water, but it was like not in the actual like rapids. It was like on a little side pool in the glacier water, and like I was tied. We were like there was like a rock on the side that that we pretended was the rock, and like my leg was they had the rope tied to my leg, and it's kind of funny because the water was like a foot deep, and I went down on my knees and help.
It wasn't
not even at my waist, and I would like go and I was going down and I was like, help me.
Yeah, that's all we were doing. It was just like we were acting our asses off, basically. We didn't have to do that, but you know, when you're in the scenic riding horse and there's mountains behind you, it's easy, you know.
Yeah.
But the river was hard.
I'm happy to hear that you guys weren't in any actual danger, but I'm amazed. My hat is off to you because I was very tense during the whole scene. My husband goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, are you watching this? I'm not okay. Like, clearly I'm not." But let's talk about the outdoors because Montana's like its own character in the film. Like the outdoors is so amazing in this movie. But I was wondering, like, where did you guys stay when everybody cut the cameras and you were done for the night? You didn't like stay in the woods, did you?
No.
Steve? Oh.
I'm fine with that, trust me. But we had a nice hotel.
Thank God.
Yeah, in Whitefish, it was amazing, right? That was a cool hotel. Mm-hmm. Oh, what was the name of it? Do you remember?
Firebrand.
Firebrand, you're right. It's really cool. Whitefish is a great town, and yeah, it was really cool. Really nice restaurants. You could walk to everything. You could be around people and breathe on them. We shared an apple on set. Now you can't do that.
Wow. Yeah,
you can share apple as long as you have a mask on. Yeah, enjoy it really.
Sasha, can we do this thing where we just pretend that Steve Zahn is not here for a second? Okay.
Okay.
So Steve, you're not here. You've disappeared. You're with Bob now.
No.
I feel like working on a movie with Steve Zahn is going to be pretty much like the most fun experience ever. Can you tell me what it was like in for realsies?
It was so awesome. We hung out like all the time when we weren't on set. Like we went to play pool and there was like a cast party that we did. And it was so fun. And I drank so much root beer. But just it was just amazing.
I kind of knew it. I knew that that's how it would be. Okay, Steve, welcome back to the interview. Thank you.
I was in the booth.
Yeah, just real quick.
Game show, isn't there like a sound booth that they would go in? And,
Oh, totally. With the headphones and everything, like
yeah, I have one of them.
nice. I'd expect nothing less. Are you one of those veteran performers, Steve, that is like trying to give advice to your co-star? Like, did you ever feel like you could teach Sasha something along the way?
I'm as much of a dick as I possibly can. No, when appropriate. I mean, look, Sasha and I were equals, man. We were for real. Sasha's an old soul. We got along great. We were pals right when the first day work because we've been hanging out forever. But yeah, there are times when you can help someone out, because I remember when I was young, not that young, but I was in my early 20s, and no one teaches you how to do off camera or how to hit a mark or stand up too fast and all this technical stuff. So yeah, it's fun to pass along that stuff when appropriate.
And there's so many, serious moments in the film. Sasha, what do you think was one of the most challenging things that you had to do in this movie? Because I feel like there were so many for you, and I was just glued to the screen the whole time.
I thought it was going to be the crying scene where I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it kind of was that scene and kind of wasn't. It might have actually been the glacier scene. Or no, it was probably the scene where in the car.
That seemed really challenging because I mean that's like it's such an intense moment between the two of you, and that makes a lot of sense to me. Did you feel like when you were shooting that, did you have to do another take, or did you find that you needed some more time to feel like you got it right?
I feel like we did it. Of course, we did a bunch of takes, but we actually didn't do that many takes. But the thing is that I was thinking when I was doing that scene, for me, is that is like one of the most important scenes in the movie. It has to be authentic. It can't be put on at all or anything like that. Like I had to actually say these things instead of just being an actor saying these things. I had to be Joe saying these things. So that was that.
Yeah, and that night we had to change locations. We had a couple of locations we shot prior. And I remember getting there because I didn't work during the day, and I parked in that parking lot. And they were supposed to be there at like 6:00, and it was 7, and it was 8, and then it was getting close to your time when you turn into a pumpkin. And they had it set up, and it was a great example of low budget shooting. And you got a half hour to shoot that scene, and then you're gone for you have to leave, and you got to do it, and you got to get it. And I remember talking to each other in the truck going like, hey, we're only going to get a couple of shots at this. So let's do it. Remember that? It was like, and we did it.
Yeah.
You did it. Yeah. And the result was me like this to my TV, you guys.
Way too close. It'll hurt your eyes.
I know. Yeah, they're going to cross, I think. The movie begins, Steve, with your character borrowing a horse from a good friend. And I was just wondering if there's anything in real life that you have ever borrowed from someone that you fully intended on giving back, but you maybe didn't or took too long returning.
No, nothing like that. I mean, maybe like like a blender from my neighbor in their old apartment. Nothing major. Nothing like a car.
Or
What?
or a horse.
No, no horses. I got my own horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want one, come here and take it. You can pick one.
And Sasha, I read that you have done, is it some looping voiceover for Boss Baby Back in Business? Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So weird coincidence. I am a gigantic Boss Baby fan in all of its forms, like the movie, the show, everything. And I have a lot of folks on my channel that love Boss Baby as well. So can you share with everybody just one of your favorite random things that you recorded for Boss Baby Back in Business? Because it's kind of a wild show.
I forget exactly all I recorded, but I did a voice for the elevator.
That's pretty amazing.
But I did a voice for the elevator. Like, yeah, I did that in Corona actually. But it was supposed to come out sooner, but the movie didn't actually come out. It's gonna come out later, so.
Right. Oh, so did you do it for family business like the movie that's coming out? Amazing. So when the elevator talks in that movie, we'll know that it's you.
It might be. I don't know what they edited together, but it might be.
That's a good point. Yeah, but I'm very excited for that. So I'm going to be watching and I'll be thinking of you.
Okay.
Thank you.